Okay? Loud and clear? All right, we did personal pronouns the last time, and now we are back to do avoir, the verb to have. So please, if you are here and you did not join in from the beginning, I advise you go to the live video before this topic we're about to do now. We already did personal pronoun just before we started this live. All right, thank you. So like I said, rather explaining now, so it's pronounced as avoir, the verb to have, and not avoid, not avoid. Why? Because I stated that OI is pronounced wa in French. That's why when you want to say faith, right? Faith is pronounced as foi. You see it? This is meaning faith. You see it? When you want to say car, you want to pronounce car, you say voiture. Do you see it? Voiture. So this is just giving you instances. It's pronounced voix. It's just giving instances of, OI, wa. OI, wa. So FOI, foi, faith. VOI, voix, voiture, car. So please take note of this. So that's why the verb to have in French, it's not avoid, it's not avoid, but it's what? Avoir. 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 Very good. So now we're going to look at the conjugation and how to conjugate the verb avoir in French. All right, so we have J. J. So please, it's not J. It's not J. It's pronounced J. J. So why is it J? Don't worry. Calm down. I'm going to explain it for you. I got you. That's why you're here for this live class. So I got you. So first of all, don't forget that I in French is Joe, right? We did this earlier. I in French is Joe. Then what is have? Have is a. Yes, I'm going to break it down for you. But now look at it. We have J, like this. And then you are wondering, where is the letter E? Right? Because Joe is I, right? So why is I have not J? Why is it not Joe? It doesn't even look good. So what does that mean? That when a verb begins with a vowel, look at it, this have now is the verb, and it begins with letter A, right? When your verb begins with a vowel, your JE will become J apostrophe. Do you see that? So that explains why it is J and not Joe. That explains why we remove the letter E and put an apostrophe AI. I repeat, it's straightforward and easy. Normally, Joe in French is I, right? But now, because our verb begins with a vowel, right? We omit the E from the Joe and it becomes J apostrophe AI. J. 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 I have. That's all. Settle. So now you're wondering, so why is it J? Why is it not J? Don't worry, that's why I'm here for you. I'm going to explain the pronunciation so you can try to apply it in other sentences as well. So now why is it J? Why is it not J? Good. You see this AI now is pronounced as E. It's pronounced E, like the air you breathe. I think that's a good way to put it. AI is pronounced what? E. E. So that's why JAI is J. 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 Why is it J? Because AI is pronounced what? E. I'll give you another example. Now look at this. So don't forget, we said AI is pronounced what? E and not I. Now, how do you pronounce this? How do you pronounce this? Do you say emebu? No. We say emab. Don't worry, I'm actually focused on giving you the AI pronunciation. Let's leave this other one so we don't get distracted, right? Let's leave these other ones. So AI is E. So that's why emab, not, good, not emab, but emab, emab, emab. Why? Because I told you earlier that AI is pronounced as what? E. Yeah, MAP is like lovely, friendly, nice. Yeah, that's MAP. So don't forget. That explains why, you see, I had to go this far to explain this thing for you because I want you to pronounce French like French. So you see that when I said AI is J, I could actually apply it in another sentence, in another word rather. So however, there are few exceptions where this rule might not apply. But get on, keep on practicing. Use your dictionary frequently. It will definitely get better. So now let's get back to it. So we are back to, sorry, let me just clean this and we go back to our avoir. I'd like this to be clearer, so I'm going to write it again. Okay. All right. So now the verb to have is je. I have. Je. I have. So now I already explained why it is je and not J. Why? AI is pronounced as what? It's pronounced as what? A. Very good. So je is I have. All right. Then, of course, I also explain why it is J and not Joe, right? Because the A begins with a vowel, so you omit the E from the Joe. Yes, that's why it's J. Thank you. Now, the next one we have is to a. To a. You have. We already did our personal pronouns before, and we know that to is pronounced as you, right? So now, what is the have for to? To a. Please don't forget. Please, if you don't watch the lesson on personal pronoun, I beg you, after this video, go back to the live before this video and watch the lesson on personal pronoun. So we said that what? We don't pronounce our S. So it's not to us. It's to a. To a. To a. You are. Good. And then we have what? Il a. Il a. Il a. He has. Good. So you see, the way, let me explain this for you. When the personal pronoun is changing, that is the same way the verb is changing. Let me give you an example. I cannot say I ask. I cannot say you ask. Instead, I will say I have. You have. He has. Do you understand? So the same way you can see that the personal pronoun is changed, like the verb is changing with the personal pronoun. You understand? Don't mix it up. Don't use AS for this one. Don't use AI for this one. Do you understand? Do not mix it up. J is simply I have. Do you see that? To A is simply you have. Do you see that? Il A with just one A. This is an A, just A. Il A meaning he has. So that tells you for J we use AI. For to we use AS. For il we use A. And then she has the same thing with il. L-A, she has. So, you see from this il to on, it used the same verb. Remember I told you that the verb changes with the pronoun, right? But now, you see this three like this that I just circled for you. They use the same verb. So, il-a is he has. L-a, she has. On-a, we have. Please go and watch that video again on personal pronoun, the live class I had before this, because I explained that this on, it also mean you, informally. So this on a can also mean you have. Okay? It's not hard. On a can also mean you have. Okay, so let me just clean it so it doesn't look rough and you are connected to this very well. Okay, so now the next one we have is pronounced as nous avons. Look at my mouth. Hear my pronunciation. Nous avons. Nous avons. Look at it. I did not say nous avons. I did not say nous avons. I said what? Nous avons. Nous avons. Calm down. I'm going to explain it to you. Normally, I said we don't pronounce our S. I said it when I said to a. It's not to us, but it's to a. Normally, we don't pronounce our S, right? Now, look at it. I did not say nous avons. I said nous avons. Now, take note. Write it now in your French notes. That when you have letter S in between two vowels, you pronounce it as z, z, z. I repeat. When you have letter S, you can see the nu here. Okay, I'm going to write it again. This is the nu. This is the S. So this letter S now, you can see that we have vowel U behind it, and we have vowel A after it, right? So that explains why it is pronounced nous avons. Why? Because letter S in between two vowels, in the middle like this, one at the back, the one at the front, is pronounced as Z, Z, Z. So that explains why I said nous avons. Nous avons. You see, I did not pronounce this S. I did not say nous avons. So our rule still applies. However, in a case where you have letter S in between two vowels, it's not pronounced as Z, Z. So that's explained why it's nous avons. Very good. You got that. Now, the next one is pronounced vous avez. Vous avez. Please confirm you can hear me. I'd like to confirm everyone can hear me. Okay, good. All right. So the next one is pronounced vous avez. Do you see it now? Not vous avez. Please, I'm not saying vous. I'm saying vous. 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 Very good. So it's not vous avez, it's vous avez. Good. So vous avez meaning you have. Not avez. It's avez. Because EZ is pronounced A at the end of the word. I just enjoy explaining French pronunciation. I enjoy explaining the sound because it's really a good thing when you can say French the French way and not the English way. So that is a good one. So everybody, don't forget, it's nous avons. Then the next one is what? Vous avez. Good. Nous avons. We have. Then what is vous avez? Vous avez. You have. Very good. So don't forget, we have 2 or 3 vous here, right? Don't forget, this vous is what? Singular and informal. It was explained in the last video we did. Then this vous is what? Plural and what? Formal. Okay? So kindly take note of that. Now, the next one we have is, so permit me to clean it because I want the board neat, because we are still going to make some sentences. We are still going to make some sentences with what we have learned before we go. We will be done shortly. So now the next one we have is ils ont. Ils ont. Not ils sont. Ils ont. So you can hear me say ils ont, not ils ont. Ils ont. However, we hear some accents, they say ils ont. Because this one at the S is not between two vowels. It's just LS, right? This L is not a vowel. So you just have the vowel at the front. So it should not apply to the S pronounced as Z in between two vowels. But in some accents, we hear ils ont. In some French countries, we hear ils ont. Both are correct. I repeat, in some French countries, we hear ils ont. And in some places, we hear ils ont. So ils ont is pronounced as they have. They have. Don't forget, when do we use this il? When we have group of men, in other words, with masculine, masculin. That's when we use, let me have the EC. Masculine, that's when we use il. So ils ont, they have for male, like group of male. Then group of men. Then elles ont is they have for group of women. Don't forget, group of women. So now we now say that when we now have both group of men and group of women, what do we use? We use ils ont, they have. Please, no ils ont. Don't pronounce the T. No. So, I told you we don't pronounce the E at the end of the word. We don't pronounce the S at the end of a word. We don't pronounce the T at the end of a word. We don't pronounce the D at the end of a word. Some other consonants. But don't worry, we're going to take it step by step with you, right? So that is it. All right, so we're going to start from the top. And we'll make a few sentences, and that will be all for today's class. However, if you have any question, please put your question in the chat. I'll be here to respond to your questions. Okay, so we're going to pronounce it again from the top for the verb avoir, and after that, we will make some few sentences, answer your questions if you have any, and that will be all for today. So the verb avoir, don't forget why I explained this, avoir, O-I-wa, don't forget. Avoir, to have. So, j'ai, I have. Tu as, you have. Il a, he has. Elle a, she has. On a, we have. Nous avons, we have. Again, nous avons, we have. Vous avez, you have. Ils ont, they have. Elles ont, they have. So the first one is for the masculine, the second one is for the feminine. Do not forget that. One more time, and we're making sentence. Avoir, avoir, the verb to have. J'ai, I have. Tu as, you have. Il a, he has. Elle a, she has. On a, we have. Vous avez, we have. Nous avons, we have. Sorry about that. Nous avons, we have. Vous avez, you have. Ils ont, they are for masculine, and elles ont, they are for feminine. So now, let's make some few sentences with this. So I want to say I have a brother. So I will say, you already know what I have, right? J'ai is I have. So we just add this. I'm going to write it this way. So I will say, j'ai un frère. J'ai un frère. J'ai un frère. I have a brother. I'm going to write it down. So you just learned what a brother is in French. You see, it's step by step. We started from the pronoun, right? I. And then we added the verb avoir. I have, j'ai. And then we now added a word. It's progress, all right? So do not pressure yourself. Just take it step by step. It's going to get better. I assure you of that. It's definitely going to get better. So, j'ai un frère. I have a brother. Not frère. Not frère. J'ai un frère. I have a brother. J'ai un frère. I have a brother. So, please, the R is not pronounced. Okay, it's not frère. It's frère. J'ai un frère. I have a brother. Okay, so next one. You have a sister. Look how we say this. Tu as une sœur. Tu as une sœur. Tu as une sœur. So I know you are wondering, why is it un? Then why is it une here? That's a class for another day. So let's just focus on the word today. All right? So tu as une sœur. Not swear. It's sœur. Look at my mouth. Sœur. 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 That's all. So I know the pronunciation does not look like the spelling, but it's pronounced sœur. Tu as une sœur. You have a sister. Very good. And the next one now, this will be what we have. So he has a father, right? We say, il a un père. I'm going to teach you, do you get what I'm trying to do here? I'm trying to teach you the members of the family in French while I'm applying this verb that we just learned. So I'm trying to teach you two things at the same time. You got it? So I'm trying to make sense to the verb avoir, and you're learning the members of the family as we're doing that. So just make sure you write it on your notes, go back and revise it. You got this. Okay, so now, he has a father. Il a un père. You see that I did not pronounce this E at the end. Don't forget, I actually mentioned that earlier. So, il a un père. He has a father. Il a un père. He has a father. Don't forget, il a already tells us he has. So we just add a father. C'est tout. That's all. Okay. So now the next one is elle a. Elle a, right? So now she has a mother. What do we say? Elle a. I can hear your voice in my head so loud and clear. One is shouting, elle a une mère. That's good. Correct. Elle a une mère. Très bien. She has a mother. You see now, I still did not pronounce the E at the end. Okay? So please take note of that. So, elle a une mère. She has a mother. Elle a une mère. She has a mother. Let's start from the top. J'ai un frère. J'ai un frère. I have a brother. Tu as, you. Tu as une sœur. You have a sister. Il a un père. He has a father. Elle a une mère. She has a mother. Very good. And the next one, so let's just stick to brother. So we have a brother. We say, on a un frère. On a un frère. On a un frère. So don't forget, this on a can also mean you have. This on a can also mean one as. All right? So please take note of that. And the next one, nous avons. So what should we use? We have an auntie. Let's try an auntie. We have an aunt, right? So we say nous avons. Nous avons what? What's auntie? Can you guess? Can you guess? Auntie, auntie, auntie. Anybody? Did anybody write anything? Nous avons. Okay. Une tante. Okay, that's an auntie. So we have an aunt. Nous avons une tante. So auntie is tante. Nous avons une tante. So the next one is you have an uncle. So we say vous avez un oncle. So it's CL, sorry. Vous avez un oncle. Vous avez un oncle. All right? We have an auntie. Nous avons une tante. AN is pronounced on. That's why it is tante. On. So nous avons une tante. Vous avez un oncle. Vous avez un oncle. When you have an uncle. And the next one is they have a son. They have a son. So we say ils ont un fils. Ils ont un fils. Ils ont un fils. They have a son. They have a son. Ils ont un fils. They have a son. And the last one, they have a daughter. We say elles ont une fille. So elles ont une fille. Elles ont une fille. They have a daughter. So let's start from the top, and that will be all for today. J'ai un frère. J'ai un frère. I have a brother. Tu as une sœur. Tu as une sœur. You have a sister. Il a un père. Il a un père. He has a father. Elle a une mère. Elle a une mère. She has a mother. On a un frère. On a un frère. We have a brother. You have a brother. One has a brother. Okay. Nous avons une tante. Nous avons une tante. We have an auntie. Vous avez un oncle. So it's not uncle, it's oncle. The L is not pronounced. So vous avez un oncle. You have an uncle. Ils ont un fils. Ils ont un fils. They have a son. Elles ont une fille. Elles ont une fille. They have a daughter. So that will be all for today. Don't forget we started with the verb, the personal pronoun. So please you can go back to the previous slide and watch the personal pronoun. Then we came to the verb avoir. We explained the pronunciation of why it's pronounced avoir and not avouer. So we made sentences with this, and we learned the verb and also made sentences: frère, brother; sœur, sister; père, father; mère, mother; frère, brother; tante, auntie; oncle, uncle; fils. So yeah, fils. This S is pronounced at the end. It's an exception. Normally we don't pronounce it, but this S is pronounced at the end. It's fils. Fils, son. And the last one, fille, daughter. So I'd like to know if you have any questions for me. You can read the chat for me. Any questions? Oh, it's all clear and good. Okay.
Can we say honor as in it as?
Yes. Okay, omit it. Okay, so we can say on a as it as. You are correct. On a can also mean it as. I think we mentioned it earlier when we were doing personal pronoun. Okay, so on a can also go for it as. Any more question? On means so many things. We, you, it, one, they, everyone. It means a lot. So I hope you had a good time learning with Top Concert today. Don't forget to go back, watch this video, apply, practice, See you in the next. Okay. I also forgot to mention, you have to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Like, we are committed to giving you classes 3 days weekly for free. 3 days weekly for free. All right? So, Mondays 9 a.m., Wednesdays 9 a.m., Fridays 9 a.m. Nigerian time. So, subscribe to our channel now to get good French lessons. See you in the next video. Bisous. Au revoir.